The elegant restaurant glowed with candlelight and crystal, the kind of place where Connor Blake felt distinctly out of place in his work jeans and simple gray shirt. At 33, he was a carpenter and contractor, far more comfortable with lumber and tools than with white tablecloths and wine lists. But his sister had been relentless, insisting he needed to get back into the dating world after 3 years of raising his daughter alone. So here he stood in the doorway of Lamian, holding his 5-year-old daughter Sophia's hand, feeling every bit the working-class single father in a world that catered to the wealthy elite. Sophia clutched her teddy bear and looked around with wide, curious eyes. "Why are we at a fancy restaurant, Daddy?" she asked. "I thought you said we couldn't afford fancy places." "We're meeting someone," Connor explained, his stomach tight with nerves. "A friend of Aunt Rachel's. She wanted to have dinner. His babysitter had cancelled at the last minute, and Connor had no one else to watch Sophia. He had tried to reschedule the blind date, but the woman insisted it was fine to bring his daughter. He had been skeptical but grateful, though now, standing here, he was certain this was a terrible idea. The hostess led them through the restaurant, and Connor felt every eye turn to watch the carpenter in work clothes, still carrying the tool belt he'd forgotten to remove, walking with a little girl in a pink jacket through rooms where the average meal cost more than he made in a day. Then he saw her, and his world tilted on its axis. She sat alone at a table by the window, backlit by the chandelier's glow. Her blonde hair fell in elegant waves, her cream blazer probably costing more than Connor's truck payment. She was poised, sophisticated, every inch a successful professional. But Connor would have recognized her anywhere, even after 15 years. Isabel Hart, his first love. The girl he'd dated all through high school. The one he'd planned to marry before life tore them apart. Connor stopped so suddenly that Sophia bumped into him. "Daddy, what's wrong?" "Nothing, sweetheart," Connor managed. "I just recognized someone." The hostess gestured to the table, and Isabel looked up. Connor watched the recognition dawn on her face, the shock, the confusion, and something else he couldn't quite name. "Connor," she breathed, standing slowly. "Connor Blake." "Hello, Isabel," he said, acutely aware of the contrast between them, her in designer clothes, him in work-worn jeans. Her in the city's most expensive restaurant, him with sawdust probably still in his hair. "I don't understand," Isabel said, glancing from Connor to Sophia. "Is this the blind date Rachel arranged?" "Apparently," Connor replied. "I didn't know it was you. She just said I was meeting someone successful who might be a good match. I should have known that meant someone completely out of my league." "That's not what I meant," Isabel said quickly. "I'm just surprised. I had no idea Rachel knew you." "She's my sister," Connor said, "though I'm starting to think this was a setup of a different kind." Sophia tugged on his hand. "Daddy, who is this lady?" "Is she your friend?" "This is Miss Isabel," Connor said gently. "We knew each other a long time ago. And yes, she was my friend. She was more than that," Isabel said quietly, her eyes never leaving his. "We were very close once." The hostess cleared her throat meaningfully, and Connor realized they were still standing awkwardly by the table. "I'm sorry," he said. "This is clearly a mistake. We should go." "Please don't," Isabel said softly, a vulnerability in her voice that caught him off guard. "Please stay. I'd like to talk. And I'd love to meet your daughter properly." Connor hesitated, every instinct telling him to leave before the contrast between their lives became painfully obvious. But Sophia was looking at Isabel with interest, and he couldn't quite bring himself to walk away from the woman he'd once loved more than anything. "Okay," he said finally, "just for a little while." They sat down, and Connor helped Sophia into her chair, placing her teddy bear beside her. Isabel watched with a soft expression that made his heart ache. "She's beautiful," Isabel said. "What's her name?" "Sophia," he replied. "She's 5. She's my whole world." "And her mother?" Isabel asked carefully. "My wife died 3 years ago," Connor said quietly. "Cancer." "It was fast and brutal. Then I was alone with a 2-year-old, and no idea how to be both mother and father." Tears welled in Isabel's eyes. "Connor, I'm so sorry. I had no idea." "Why would you?" he said gently. We haven't seen each other since we were 18. You left for college in New York, and I stayed here to work construction with my dad. We lost touch. I looked for you, Isabel admitted. Years later, I tried to find you on social media, but you weren't anywhere. I wanted to know if you were happy, if you ever thought about me. I'm not on social media, Connor said. Between work and Sophia, I barely have time to answer texts. And yes, I thought about you. Probably more than I should have. A waiter appeared, and Connor's stomach dropped at the prices on the menu. Before he could protest, Isabel spoke. This is on me, she said firmly. All of it. I can't let you can. She interrupted softly. Please, Connor, let me do this. Besides, I'm the one who asked you here even if I didn't know it was you. She smiled warmly at Sophia. What do you like to eat, sweetheart? Chicken nuggets, Sophia said seriously. And French fries. And chocolate milk. I think we can arrange that, Isabel said, genuine affection in her voice. Over dinner, they talked carefully, bridging 15 years of distance. Connor learned that Isabel had built a pharmaceutical company from the ground up, now a CEO worth hundreds of millions, yet she confessed that her life felt incomplete. I told myself I didn't need marriage or children to be fulfilled, Isabel said softly, watching Sophia color with crayons. But lately, I've wondered what I gave up to get here. You built something incredible, Connor said. You achieved everything you dreamed of when we were kids. I'm not surprised you succeeded. And you? Isabel asked. Are you happy? Connor looked at Sophia, asleep against his shoulder. Some days are so hard I don't know how I'll make it, he admitted. But when she hugs me and says I'm the best daddy in the world, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. He met Isabel's eyes. I may not have built an empire, but I built a life. Maybe not the one I imagined, but a good one, an honest one. It looks more successful than anything I've built, Isabel said thickly. You have love and purpose. I have money in an empty penthouse. As the evening ended, Connor lifted the sleeping Sophia in his arms. I should get her home, he said. Thank you for dinner. It was good to see you again. Can I see you again? Isabel asked quickly. Both of you. I know we live in different worlds, but I'd like to try to bridge that gap. Connor hesitated. You're a CEO worth millions. I'm a contractor who owns 2 pairs of jeans. What could we possibly have in common? We have our past, Isabel said. And maybe our future. Seeing you tonight reminded me what truly matters. She stepped closer. I'm not asking you to fit into my world, Connor. I'm asking if I can fit into yours. He looked at her, the woman who had once broken his heart, now standing there offering a second chance. Okay, he said quietly. We can try. But Sophia comes first always. I understand, Isabel said. And I want to be in both your lives, not out of guilt or loneliness, but because I finally know what happiness looks like. Over the months that followed, Isabel became part of their lives. She brought lunch to his work sites, learned to braid Sophia's hair, and traded her penthouse evenings for family dinners in Connor's small home. 8 months after that unexpected reunion, Connor proposed in his workshop, sawdust in the air, Sophia watching with a smile. He offered a ring he'd crafted himself from reclaimed wood and a small diamond he'd saved for months to buy. It's not much, he said. You're giving me everything I was missing, Isabel said through tears. A family, a life that means something. They married in a small ceremony at the church where Connor's late wife was buried because Isabel insisted Sophia's mother be honored. Not forgotten, Sophia proudly declared she now had 2 mommies, one in heaven, and one who makes the best pancakes. Isabel later founded a charity for single parents, while Connor expanded his business to train young people in the trades, teaching that success is measured in integrity, not wealth. Sometimes love finds its way back when we least expect it, on blind dates we almost didn't attend. And sometimes the greatest blessing isn't finding something new, but rediscovering what was never truly lost. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to channel name for more tales of second chances, unexpected reunions, and the kind of love that lasts.